Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt. You know you're having a good day when you get to polish your shaft. Anyways, we've got a review on the docket today. We've got a gun from CMMG. This is their MK9 Banshee in 9mm. This one has our 5-inch barrel, and this one takes our Colt submachine gun magazines. I've had this CMMG MK9 in-house for a little over a year, and it's time to return it so I can request their new 4.6 and 4.6 by 30mm because I love me some PDW cartridges. This MK9 Banshee is the 300 series, which is their top line model. Core functionality between the 100, 200, and 300 series is identical. Essentially, you are just getting various part upgrades through those different series model. I do believe the 300 series adds a custom selection of Cerakote. Given that this model is over a year old, CMMG now has their zero line of parts and accessories, as well as they have redesigned a lot of the uppers and lowers on the Banshee line. They include different cuts and a larger brass deflector and various other design changes. On this particular model, we have ambidextrous safety selector, a sling mounting plate, their in-house charging handle, and their fastback pistol stabilizing brace. All series include their M-LOK free float handguards as well as Type 3 hard anodizing 70-75 T6 aluminum upper and lower receivers. The barrel on this model is 5 inches and 1 in 10 twist and is threaded in 1/2 by 28 with a very nice shoulder for mounting suppressors or other muzzle devices. Being that this barrel is 5 inches, there is a small hand stop at the end of the handguard so you accidentally don't lose some digits while firing. Just like all the other Banshees that we've reviewed in 9mm, 45 ACP, and even 5.7, this MK9 runs off their patented radial delayed blowback. Think very much like an AR-15 bolt carrier, but we've got a spring-loaded bolt. When it interfaces with the barrel extension, it will slightly rotate to lock in place. This makes for a very soft shooting pistol caliber carbine, as we're not using a very heavy bolt carrier. CMMG offers action tuning weights, but personally I've never needed them for any of the bullet weights from 80 grain all the way up to 165 grain, even shooting suppressed. I think in the manual they recommend them for hot loads or shooting suppressed, so your mileage may vary. CMMG offers various magazine configurations for their Banshee line. One in particular uses a standard AR-15 magazine that's been custom molded to accept the 9mm rounds like in the center or in the back.
And do they take Glock mags?
They have one that uses a proprietary lower that feeds from Glock magazines. It has a larger paddle magazine release, and the last round bolt hold open is triggered off the front of the magazine. That was actually the last Banshee that I reviewed. The model we're reviewing uses the Colt submachine gun magazines that have a very long and reliable history about them. They are double stack and double feed. Internally in the lower, there is a very large and wide feed ramp that those bullets can slide into and pass the barrel extension as they're being chambered for very reliable feeding. It has a standard AR-15 magazine release as well as a last round bolt hold open. I'm going to get that right one of these days. Albeit the little tang that triggers that is longer for the SMG magazines. One could argue that the Colt submachine gun magazines are far superior in a PCC such as our Banshee, but you do you. If you have a Glock, that's one less magazine that you have to buy. If you don't own either, both of these are competitively priced and widely available, so it really doesn't matter a whole lot to me. I think the 32 round Duramags from C Products are what was shipped with this gun. I think they're in black and flat dark earth, and I do believe I picked up a 10 round as well. Weight on this guy is 4 pounds 12.3 ounces. Overall length with our pistol brace collapse is 19 inches, and with it in the furthest position, 21 and a half. Field stripping is accomplished just like any other standard AR-15. Obviously, you got to make sure your gun is free and clear of any live ammunition, and you have your front and rear takedown pins. You pop those little suckers out right there, and your upper and lower are disassembled. Like I said, on our lower here, we've got our really wide feed ramp and our traditional last round bolt hold open device with that elongated tongue, whatever you want to call it. I'll have to come up with a word, or someone correct me in the comments below what the proper term for this part of our bolt hold open device is called. Since we've had this for quite some time, I've run 15 to 20 different ammunition types through it, you know, full metal jackets, jacketed hollow points, and even some of those copper solids with the weird flutes in it. And while the round count has been lower, I think we put 400 rounds through this. I started documenting it in a spreadsheet so I could keep track. I haven't had any issues with any ejection of the brass or any feeding or anything obscure. The mil-spec trigger isn't anything to write home about. It broke at 6 pounds 6 ounces. The beauty of our AR platform is if you don't like the trigger, you don't like the trigger guard or the pistol grip or the safety selectors, you can change them out to whatever flavor you want for the day. CMMGs on average run more than your average AR, but their quality is hard to argue. Their finishes, whether it's been anodized or Cerakote, is always top notch. I've never noticed any external machining marks on any of their uppers or lowers. The uppers and lowers fit well together, and then even on the inside, you know, the threads for our buffer tube, they don't have any chatter on them. I don't notice too many machining marks in like the trigger pocket. I like that their threaded barrels have ample shoulders on them for mounting various muzzle devices, especially suppressors for myself. Overall, I think CMMG puts together a very nice package. The Banshee series with the radial delay bolt back has been around for quite some time. If you have any trigger time behind one or actually own one and have any experience, please leave a comment below because that could actually help the next person. When it comes to our terminal performance in 9mm, in my testing, 5-inch barrels do really good in all loads, providing adequate terminal performance. However, me personally, I would actually go for the 8-inch model variant and gain a little bit more of that velocity and have better terminal effect. With all that being said, I'm going to go back to polishing my shaft. At the end of all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who helped make these possible. Number one is my Patreon and Subscribe Star supporters, or any of my other supporters that support me in various means. I've updated all of my links down below just to have a little link tree, so if you want to click on that and look at my Instagram page or my Facebook or any of those fancy affiliate links that have those kickbacks to me that cost you nothing, that is down below. Number two, I'd like to thank CMMG. I've done quite a bit of work with them over the years. You know, I've reviewed various of their 5.7 guns, their 45 and their 9mm, and now after sending this back, we'll get our hands on that 4.6, and I'm very interested to see how that performs in gel. And of course, number three is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range.